This video is inspired by artist Kaiser Hart, who I share a Facebook group with, and she put this lovely activity in our Facebook group this week using acrylic inks on watercolour paper, and I thought I'd record my exploration. So here you can see that I'm adding different colours of acrylic ink to the watercolour paper using a wash of water so that when you drop the ink onto the water, the ink spreads and creates really unpredictable patterns. This is something I haven't done before and I found it really fun and interesting to do. I liked using the water on the paintbrush against the acrylic ink, which draws the ink and creates really interesting effects. So using both dropping the ink into the water and then using the paintbrush with the water on to draw the ink that you've just put down, both create different effects. And this is something that I watched Kaiser do, and like I say, I haven't done before, so it was really fun and interesting to try this technique. I did find that my watercolour paper started to buckle because I'd put so much water on the paper. And here I'm just using some of that acrylic ink decanted into a spray bottle which had water in it. So I've watered down the acrylic ink even more, and I'm just using that spray to give me another type of effect on the watercolour paper. And I really enjoyed seeing how those kind of inks played around with the ones that were already there. So then I started just dabbing some of the excess ink and water away and blotting. I wanted to see what effect this had and also to take away some of the excess water so it took a little bit less time to dry. Okay, so here is the finished piece when it had dried, and I also added some crayon to the marks that I'd made, and then I decided I wanted to add some figures to this background. So I used a Posca brush pen. It was my first time using this Posca pen, and I really enjoyed the way the marks went down on the paper using this pen. It was really fun and loose, and I quite liked the sketchy marks that it created. I'd definitely use this Posca pen again, and I'd probably get some more Posca pens in this type of brush in different colours to see what else I could create. Once I was happy with my figures, I decided to add a little bit more colour to the people using the normal Posca pens because I wanted to make them stand out a bit from the background. So I added some Posca pens, and then I decided that I didn't like the solid colour, so I just used a water wipe to take away some of the paint. And then I went in with a little bit more of sketchy lines so that I could create an effect that looked a bit more like jeans. And I just added some darker lines back in and then took them away again with the water wipe. I love using the white Posca pen on my paintings. I find that it's a really easy way to apply white paint and just move it around and fade it in so it's not too bright. And then I just added a little bit of white to the man. And here's the finished piece.